In this video, we're going to look at Speakable's auto-grading functionality. All of the student actions that you can add into an activity on Speakable can be auto-graded. You also have complete control over the students' final scores inside of your gradebook, which we'll cover in another video covering classrooms. To dive into this, we'll look at each of the three student actions that can be added into an activity here on Speakable. The first we have is respond, or the free response activity. In a free response activity, you can provide students with a prompt or a question for them to respond to. In this case, we'll use a simple prompt. Now to configure our auto grading, we'll go to our auto grading tab, and here we can set up either pass-fail auto grading or rubric-based auto grading. Pass-fail auto grading is going to create an experience for students where they either get it right or wrong. If they get it correct, they says good job, provide some feedback, and they can move on to the next one. If we don't meet the minimum criteria that we've outlined here in our grading prompt, the students will be asked to try again. Now let's take a look at what that looks like for the students. I'll record a response and be right back here. Now Chatty's processed my recording here, provided me with a feedback summary, a transcription, and he's marked up my grammar insights. These are additional feedback types that I've enabled here, both the grammar insights and the suggested response. We'll cover this in another video titled Instant Feedback. But the main thing to focus on here is that I'm getting a good job from Chatty because I've passed this and I can move on. If my response had too many grammar mistakes or wasn't an appropriate response to this prompt or didn't answer the question correctly, if we had a question, it would ask me to try again. Now, if we enable rubric auto grading, and we'll be using this rubric, which you have the ability to change. And again, we'll cover more details on the rubrics in another video. Students will be receiving a score on their response with detailed feedback based on the rubric. So I'll record a response and let's look at that. Okay, here we can see the feedback that's been provided and the score that's been provided to me based on the rubric. So I've gotten an overall 4 out of 6 on this, and I'm getting a breakdown of my score based on the components of the rubric, as well as a description or a justification for that score. This information, of course, all lives in your gradebook, and you're able to adjust these scores as you see fit. That's an overview of the auto grading for your free response activities. Auto grading for repeat activities is much more straightforward. You'll put in a word, phrase, or sentence that you'll have students repeat. The system will check to see if it's comprehensible or if it's not comprehensible, and they'll either pass or fail based on their speech. So to demonstrate how that works, let's open up one of these repeat activities here. So if I say it correctly, hola, ¿cómo estás? I'll transcribe what it's saying and say, hey, good job. Let's move on to the next one. If I don't get it correct, estoy bien hoy. It'll transcribe what it's hearing, and then it'll give me another opportunity to complete this in order to receive the full points. Students also have the ability to drill in, listen to the syllables, change the voice settings before they try again on these activities. Todo bien. And of course, the multiple choice activities function exactly how you would expect them to, and is the original form of auto grading. So simply select the answer, and they'll get immediate feedback on that. And if they get the answer incorrect, you can allow retries, or you can have retries off for assessment style activities. So that is a quick overview of the auto grading on Speakable. If you'd like to learn more, please contact us at support@speakable.io.